Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome back, Legends community. Returning Legends, thank you so much for commenting, liking, and returning. New Legends, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being part of the community, liking, subscribing. Let's get into today's new video. Today's new video is something that I came across online just through just searching. And honestly, this is actually, in fact, one of my favorite horror shooters, dystopian type of video games. It is no other than Last of Us. Highly successful on the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 when it came to sales as a video game franchise by Naughty Dog. And a lot of fans were speculating, predicting that we would most likely end up getting a third sequel because the first two games were highly successful, but it seems like they're no longer interested in going down the path of doing a third game because the creative director confirms that pretty much Last of Us 3 don't even bet on it. Man, this one hurt, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Honestly, it's interesting. So, Neil Druckmann was asked about Last of Us 3 recently and pretty much said that don't look for a Last of Us 3. We're pretty much no longer going to keep going forward to expand on Last of Us. And I'm like, oh, man. Dang. Unbelievable, because honestly, when I think about it now, it wasn't like it was an unsuccessful game. Then I could see them not wanting to go forward to do a third game. This was highly successful multiple times, even with the remasters. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It does have a special place in my heart in a way, because this was in fact one of the other zombie games I really enjoyed. I was like, wow. Let me be honest with you guys. I feel like, honestly, with Last of Us, them doing, if they would have did a third game, I would have liked to seen them explore more of Abby's story. You know, I'm pretty sure they would have included Ellie, you know what I'm saying? But each game kind of had a different way of exploring themes. The first game was just us learning about Joel and Ellie becoming like pretty much her new father. He treats her like a daughter. The second game was a revenge story. By the way, great revenge story, all right? You got the revenge story from the main character that you play with, Ellie, and then Joel barely. You know, Joel's in the game, but not as much. And then Abby, the new antagonist. She was brutal, all right? I wanted to see the game expand to a third game. And I'm a little disappointed by it because I wanted to see that. I was like, man, it's highly successful, like I said before. But I guess good things come to an end sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So maybe them not doing a third game, because sometimes sequels can be risky with video games, right? Let's be real about it. Maybe it would have been much of a bigger risk. I know they talked about PlayStation allowing them to be hands-on with the Last of Us projects. And that's great that they were able to do that, you know what I'm saying? And to build a game that solid. But also Neil Druckmann confirmed a while back in 2023 when he was interviewed about Last of Us 3. And he said pretty much almost the exact same thing, that don't look for no Last of Us 3 from us at Naughty Dog. And I'm like, So he predicted it. He already knew that they weren't going to do a Last of Us 3. He said, look, if we can't establish a story good enough, we're ending it at Last of Us 2. And they meant it. They really meant it, all right? They really meant that we're not getting a third game. All I got to look forward to now is season 2 for Last of Us, which is going to be, I think, a 4-part series now. When it comes down to it, it's telling stories from different angles of the characters from the second game. On HBO, well, not HBO Max, Max. I gotta get used to saying Max, not HBO Max. Well, good things come to an end, and I guess you just have to go back and play the other games when it comes down to it if you want to get the nostalgic from it. Man, unfortunate, man. I definitely wanted to see a 3, but oh well, right? But it is a blur. Let me guys, you tell me in the comments, are you surprised that we are no longer getting a Last of Us 3? And my next question for you guys is, do you think Last of Us 3 would have been successful as a third video game? You tell me in the comments, guys. It is a blur. Let me guys, thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also sharing to get out in the YouTube algorithm, and also hit that bell to stay notified. It's the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys, and I am out, legends.